Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Paulo Crispalaya, guys. And yes, I do look like I'm 14 years old, right? But I'm really not. I'm actually 22 years old and I'm actually married, guys. But before I get into what I want to share with you guys, I just want to let you guys know one thing that the information that I'm going to be sharing with you is very valuable, and I believe that if you apply it into the business or into Empower Network, if you belong with them, I believe that you're not only going to see results, but you're also going to be able to help others get results, and therefore you're going to be getting more results, right? But the biggest thing I want you to understand is, before I go into what I want to share with you, is that you have to just get rid of the belief, right? There's a few beliefs that you have to get rid of. The number one belief that you have to get rid of is that you can't do it. You need to replace that belief with I can do it. You see, whenever we go into something that's brand new, something that we've never done before, it's always going to be a very frustrating state that we're going to be in. We're going to be frustrated because we're not going to understand how to do certain things, right? But that happens with anything that we begin to learn. But instead of focusing on the problem, instead of focusing on the fact that you don't understand how to do it, the fact that you don't know how to post up blogs, the fact that you don't like to blog, the fact that you're not very good at talking, I want you to focus on the fact that you are frustrated because you're in a level where you're actually learning something for the first time, right? And that's a beautiful state to be. Whenever you're frustrated, it just means that you want to get better. It just means that you have to learn a little bit more, right? And one thing that I learned is that whenever you're learning a new language, it takes about 700 hours or more to actually really master a language, guys. And that takes a lot of hard work, and that takes a lot for you to understand, okay? So what am I going to be sharing with you guys today? I'm going to be sharing you guys three major key points when it comes to marketing your business online, okay? These marketing techniques I actually learned from Tracy Walker. She had an awesome Empower Hour call, right? If you guys are not tuned into that, we have that every Monday. And she really broke it down. She broke it down into the three things that you need to be doing in your business to begin to start generating income, okay? First thing I want to let you guys know is that I have gotten results online, guys, and I have no experience, okay? I had no experience prior to Empower Network. I had never done anything online. I didn't understand how it worked. I didn't understand if I can even possibly do it. But the moment I decided to just empty my cup and begin to start learning and just begin to start applying and just begin to start telling myself I will do it. I'm going to make this work regardless of how many nights I have to go to sleep late, regardless of what I have to do. I'm going to learn it, guys. And I was able to generate income online for the first time without any experience. And guys, if I can do it, that means that you can do it, okay? And it's only going to work if you just get rid of that belief and you begin to just empty your cup and allow for it to be filled up with the information that you need in order to prosper into your business, okay? Now, these techniques that I'm going to be showing you guys, or the three things that I'm going to be sharing with you when it comes to marketing, is not just going to be good for Empower Network, but as a matter of fact, if you're in business or whatever the case is, you can actually use these techniques to be able to bring more traffic into your website, bring more traffic into your business, and convert more sales, guys, okay? So I just want to quickly just share my story, guys, and how I got into Empower Network, and the reason why I think it's such a powerful concept, right? Empower Network is beautiful because, one, it allows you to brand yourself. You see, Empower Network teaches you what the gurus are always telling you that they're going to teach you, but they never really teach you the right information, right? So they're teaching you legit information, step by step, a systematic way in where you can actually begin to apply. You can begin to see results, and it's almost dummy proof. I mean, they got everything set up. But what I really like about it is that they teach you exactly what you need to do. They teach you what they do, right? And when they do that, you begin to grow as a person. And it's a beautiful concept because this information is not just constricted with Empower Network, because you can actually take this information and you can use it to whatever business that you're in. You can use it to whatever whatever the case that you may be in, guys. You can use this information for anything, and you can leverage the internet and get the results that you want, okay? So I'm gonna get into it right now. So the three things that you need to know when it comes to marketing, okay? But I really want to force this down your mind, guys. Just believe that you can do it, guys. You can generate income online if you just let go of those beliefs and you begin to start saying, yes, I can, guys, okay? If you guys want more information, just click on the link below, but I'm going to get right into it, guys, okay? The first thing I want to talk about is one of the main things when it comes to marketing, right? You need to understand that there's a specific market. There's a target market, right? So let's write that down. The target market would be the first one. You have to target the market. It's a target market. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see that, right? First thing is a target market. What exactly does that mean? Okay, what happens is if we're in business to solve problems, guys. All right, and we're only going to get paid to solve problems. You see, there's a bunch of people out there that you can probably relate that I can't relate to, okay? Because I'm 22 years old. I believe in God, right? I believe in Jesus. I believe entrepreneurship. I'm visionary. I believe in a lot of different things. I believe in self-development, right? And that's usually my market. My target market is usually from anywhere from 21 to about 35 years old, as long as they're open-minded, as long as they're willing to listen to whatever I have to say, whatever comes out of my mouth. And once I understand the target market that I want to basically target, the next thing I begin to do is I begin to ask myself, what are some of the problems that a lot of people in this age group that have, right? And what I begin to understand is that there's my story and certain experiences that I've gone through in a way where I've been able to get answers, right? I can provide people with those answers, right? What do I mean by that? Let's give an example here, right? The example I'll give you is, one of the things that I had when I first got started is, for most of my life, I was very insecure. For most of my life, I never had confidence. For most of my life, I was never really a leader. I was really a follower. And because of it, I made a lot of mistakes. And because of it, I had a lot of people, tell me to do something and I automatically do it, And it wasn't until I was 18 years old and I decided to break from that. And I decided to make the decision to change. I decided to embark on a journey that I'll never forget. I was able to overcome so many insecurities. I was able to, overcome so many different challenges that I faced. But overall, even though it was painful, it's totally worth it for where I'm at now. And I really, really just thank God and I praise the Lord because, I couldn't have done it without him, okay? So my target market would be maybe somewhere around my age, because usually a lot of people go through an identity crisis. A lot of people are going through that struggle. A lot of people don't know exactly what direction they need to go in life, right? And that's exactly where I found myself at 18 years old. I didn't know what I wanted to do, even though I knew I wanted to do something better than what everybody was telling me I should do, right? So one of the problems that people usually have would be several. One of them would be having more direction, or I can talk about personal development, or I can talk about quick tips on how to become a better leader, right? And I can talk about that, and I can talk about that with conviction and emotion, because I can share my story. My story, I've been able to claim victory over that, right? So I can share my story, and by simply sharing my story, and by simply answering some of the questions that they may have, I begin to create a following. I begin to market to the specific group that is not only gonna be able to give me what I want, but at the same time, I'm gonna establish a loyal following. I'm gonna establish a following that that wants to follow me because they somehow see me as, they can relate to me. They see me as somebody who's been able to, who has been able to persevere and got through the challenges that some of the people face, right? So we'll go with that, right? So my target market would be, let's say, it's a young entrepreneur, right? Just getting started, trying to figure things out, trying to figure out what direction they go, right? So some of the problems is, like I mentioned to you before, so that would be my target market, all right? This is important because a lot of people don't have a target market, right? A lot of people are out there and they're just, trying to consume the whole market, right? Some people are out there and they're just trying to, they're trying to get everybody in their circle, guys, and it's not going to work like that, right? Because there's specific people that you can market to, that you will attract, that I can attract, right? And that's the beautiful thing about it. You see, when you begin to stand for something and you have your own opinion about something, you begin to establish a following, right? But you have to believe in it. You have to believe in whatever you're talking about, right? But if you're going to be talking in a way where you're trying to get the whole masses, it's not going to work like that, guys. You have to specifically target your market, and once you target your market, you're going to begin to realize how easy it is to really come up with content that's going to help them out, that's going to add value to them, and it's going to help them grow, right? Because at the end of the day, that's what we're here for, guys. All right. When you begin to start focusing on other people and you forget about the money, you forget about trying to make tons of money online, the money will begin to follow you. People will begin to follow you. People will begin to subscribe to you, and people will begin to want to be, people will begin to come up to you and ask you for advice, guys. And that's really what's beautiful about this concept, because it's about helping others and at the same time earning tons of money, really, because you're making 100% commission with Empower Network, right? But once again, you can take this information and apply it with anything you want. All right. The second thing that we're going to go into is the structure, right? This is important. right? Because now that you understand your target market, there's a specific way that you want to relate the message. There's a specific way that you want to create the message, right? This is when you begin to start asking yourself, okay, a 21-year-old or somebody who's a young entrepreneur, what are some of the things that they're probably dealing with, right? Maybe they're dealing with you know, trying to birth their dream. Maybe they're dealing with a lot of friends in their inner circle that they're trying to get rid of, right? They're trying to deal. Maybe they're dealing with family members who don't believe in them. Maybe they're dealing with the fact that they don't know exactly what direction to go to. Maybe they're dealing with, who knows? It can be infinite amount of problems, right? And the reason why I'm saying this is because this would be my target market. I'm not saying that this would be your target market, but if you're listening to this, you know, then you start getting a better understanding and you start asking yourself these questions. What are certain people dealing with? And then once you start understanding the problems that they have out there, then you begin to present a solution, guys. Because that's, at the end of the day, people are looking for a solution, right? People want to know that what you have to offer is going to help them out. If it's not going to help them out, if it's not going to take them out, if it's not going to give them a feeling of hope, if it's not going to show them the way that they want to go, they're not going to want to do it, right? They're not going to want to follow you, and therefore you're not going to get the results that you're looking for, right? And you're not going to establish a following. But once you start figuring out the problems, it becomes a lot easier to figure out what exactly you're going to be talking about, what kind of content you're going to be pushing out, right? And then you're able to just push out more content, and you're able to help more people out, and in results, you're going to be able to generate income online, either through Empower Network, create more traffic for your business, convert more sales, create more leads, whatever the case is. You're going to begin to start doing it, guys. You just have to really believe, and you have to make sure that you persevere, guys. Persevere, because guess what? There's tons of people out there that you can inspire with your story. Your story is completely unique. Your story is something that a lot of people are willing to hear. Your story, people want to hear it. People want to be inspired, and people want to follow you. That's the truth, you know. The truth of the matter is that the people are willing to do that. People can relate to people's story, right? People can make an emotional connection to somebody that they see themselves as being, and they see themselves that they were once where they were, and they were able to push through. And because of that, they're like, wow, if he did it, I can do it too, right? So that's the structure. This is the message, guys. All right, very important. And the last one is the medium, okay? And honestly, really, the biggest concept here, the biggest takeaway would be the first one, which is a target market, okay? Once you figure out your target market, everything else becomes a lot easier. Creating the message, the structure of the message becomes easier, and the medium becomes easier. What is the medium? The medium is basically what location or where are you going to be advertising your blog post? Where are you going to be advertising these articles? Where are you going to be advertising the fact that you have the answers to certain people's questions, right? You see, when you don't understand the target audience or the target market that you want to get, you know, then you're not going to get the results, right? So it doesn't make sense for me to talk about, you know, what a young entrepreneur is going through in a place where you have tons of veterans, you know, older people who have tons of wisdom, tons of experience, who are very successful in business. I mean, let's face it, they're not going to want to hear what I have to say, because they're already at the top, right? They're already at where they want to be at, and most likely they're probably not going to want to hear what I have to say, because I look like I'm 15 years old, so they probably turn off the camera before they wouldn't even watch the whole thing, right? But you see, I wouldn't market to the older crowd, and usually the older crowd would, you know, where would the older crowd be? You know, I'm not going to advertise there, right? I'm going to advertise in the location, in the section where people that are my age, who are young, who are looking to go into business, who are looking for another way out, who are looking to grow and develop as leaders, are going to be at, right? That's exactly where I'm going to go at. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm going to be at, right? That's my target market. So the medium is basically figuring out the location, guys. So we have target market, right? Structure, and your medium. Guys, these three things alone have been able to help me out in so many ways. It has allowed me to understand so much better, and has made this whole blogging and video blogging so much easy, guys. All right. Now, one of the things I want you to understand is it was a very lucrative, crazy concept when I found out that you can actually make money online by simply helping others and by simply deciding to change, guys. I really didn't understand how that can be, how can that actually be possible. Not only that, but I didn't understand how you can actually make money from blogging, but you can, guys. And the reason why you can is because what is the biggest search engine that everybody uses to look up information, right? I always say this, but people will look up stuff like, if I turn red, my feet begin to smell, my armpit hairs fall out, does that mean I'm gonna die? And people ask that to Google. I mean, I'm pretty sure you've asked some stupid questions to Google. I know I have, right? But Google will give people responses, guys. And who do you think are answering those questions? It's not the founders of Google that are staying up all night. They're not staying up all night typing away all these blogs, typing away all these articles, to give information to others, right? They're not doing that, guys. The people who are giving information out, the people who are answering problems, right, with answers, are people like me and you, guys, right? The internet is based solely on people like me and you. So we're basically depending on other people for information that we're looking for. And most of the times we'll basically accept the information that we find on the internet because we just trust, we think that a better reliable source is the people, right? Because people just trust the internet, right? So that's how it works, right? People who go on search engines, they're most likely looking up for, entertainment, or sometimes they're looking up for specific things that they want to solve in their life, right? And what happens is that when you have a specific target market, you're going to have people looking for the information that you have to talk about. And if you're the right person, and if you do these three things, which is target your market, structure the message, and figure out what you're going to be advertising, guys, I can guarantee you that, this home-based internet business is going to be so simple. It's going to be so simple. And once again, guys, you can use this concept for whatever you want. Not only that, but I'm really pumped up, guys, because in less than 15 days, EMV2 is going to be coming out, guys. EMV2 is something that's really powerful. I'm super pumped up, right? And if you guys don't know exactly what I'm talking about, it's going to be a pre-launch that's going to be launching off, guys. This is exciting because whenever there's a pre-launch, that means that it's going to be big. But this is going to be bigger than any pre-launch that I've probably ever heard or witnessed or anything. So I'm super excited that I've positioned myself to really just ride this wave, guys. If you don't know what EMV2 is, I need you to click on the link below, right? And when you click on the link below, you're going to get a better understanding of what I'm even talking about, right? But EMV2 is basically a software that's going to be launching that Empowered Network has, that's going to make everything so much easier to be able to blog, to be able to video blog, and it's going to give the opportunity to people who don't have very much time throughout the day to create videos instantly, to allow them to allow them to get connected straight to the internet super fast, in a quick way. And at the same time, it's just going to create so much more time for people to do this as a part-time job and eventually, replace their income, substitute their income, or even do this full-time, guys, right? Once again, guys, it's not hard. I've been able to generate income online, and I believe that you can do too. You can too as well, right? As long as you continue to persevere, as long as you just decide to focus on helping others, decide to focus on adding value to others, guys. That at the end of the day is what matters, guys, right? If you give people, if you help enough people out, people in return will help you and give you exactly what you need, guys, all right? So I'm going to be logging out. I want you to click on the link below, guys. This pre-launch is going to be bigger than the iPhone S. This pre-launch is going to be huge, guys, and you want to make sure that you're positioned right now to get grandfathered in so you can make tons and tons of profit. You can make tons and tons of money, and at the same time, secure your spot. Click on the link below, right, and get started. I guarantee you that when you watch this video, it's going to answer a lot of the questions that you have as a home business, or as a business owner, or as somebody looking for a vehicle to start generating income, guys. All right, so click on the link below, guys. I'm going to be logging out. All right, have an awesome day and kick butt.